What's going on, everybody? This is Wyatt Mascarella. I'm going to break down what it looks like when you join my program, right? My one-on-one online coaching program where I help hitters all across the country achieve the best swing they've ever taken and add consistent power through movements that I've learned from the guys at the highest level, right? Simple enough. Let's dive right in. Essentially how this works is as soon as you say yes, we go through everything that's going into the process, right? We have the conversations, we do all the things. As soon as you say yes, we get video. So I have you send me anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes worth of video that we will break down on the mechanical analysis. The mechanical analysis is where you and I jump on a Zoom call. We figure out what the video is, what it looks like. I watch all 15 minutes with, or whatever you send me, with you watching me break it down. I draw the X's and O's. I do all of the pieces that explain why you're having issues and what I'm going to do to fix them. Based on that mechanical analysis call, that is what your custom hitting program is built on. You are not getting some blanket program with me. You get a custom built program day of when we have the mechanical analysis call. Typically when that happens is on the weekend. Let's say you guys say yes on a Friday. Sunday we have our mechanical analysis call. We break it down for Monday so we can start on a Monday. The majority of the players that I work with at the high school level are anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week. Most of my college guys are 5 to 6. The professional guys are that 6 to 7 range. They're playing for a living. They want to do it every single day because they don't want to let anybody outwork them, right? So everything differs for everybody. Depending on what your scenario is, situation, how many times you can get to a cage, do you have a tee at home, all of the things, right? We utilize whatever you have. If you don't have a machine, I'm not going to write the program for you to hit machine 5 days a week. If you don't have somewhere to go do darts, seated overhand toss 5 times a week, we're only going to write it in 2 or 3 when you can get to a cage, right? It's built specifically for you. That's the advantage, right? Now, the biggest piece about this whole thing is accessibility. I can give you a program and say, hey man, see you in 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, a year. We'll talk at the end, see how it goes, right? That does absolutely nothing for anybody. Yeah, you got a couple drills, but what if you're doing them wrong? Doesn't matter. You're building bad habits. You're doing all the things that hurt you, right? You need someone in the trenches with you. That is exactly what I do. I am with you 100% of the time. You go to the workout, start it, finish it. How was it? Rate it 1 to 10. Very hard, very easy. I get that feedback immediately. Okay, let's say you're Hunter. Hunter had a great day today, 5 of 10, moderately hard, got some good work in. This drill made sense, this drill made sense, right? Perfect. The best piece about all this, again, the accessibility. You can message me 24/7. Whatever time you message me, you're guaranteed to get a response within 24 hours. Amazing. You know what I would have done to have a coach that would respond to me within 24 hours? Every question I have gets answered within a day. Yes. The reason it's always 24 hours, I have a wife and going to be 2 beautiful daughters here very shortly. So it's one of those things where I have to give my family some time. But what I always say is every morning, I'm a response guy. Every evening, I'm a response guy. So built between those two, if you message me in the evening, you're getting a response in the morning. If you message me in the morning, you're getting a response in the evening. That 24-hour thing is real. Never go over it, right? Now the next piece, accessibility to me via Zoom. So we are getting that in-person feel that so many of you desperately want, right? That's where we break it down. All of the video that you have sent me up until that week, we are going over, breaking it down, going over feels, how it actually felt, what you thought in the process. That's the key to this whole thing. Building the rapport, building that relationship between a hitter and a coach that you trust. That needs to happen or else this is worth nothing, right? So we're going over it, doing all the things, emphasizing, making sure the program is built for you and it is working the entirety of the time. It's not something, again, where I give you a program, tell you go on, do your own thing. That's not how this works. Each week we can make an adjustment where you don't like that drill, you need another drill. That can be built the entirety of the program. Every week we can change it if we want. It's not going to happen because there's a reason why you're getting drills in a progression to be at the peak when we want to peak, depending on what you're looking at. If it's season, off-season, showcase, whatever that looks like for so many people, right? A huge expectation that I have with my players is I expect you to message me every day you swing. It's not that hard, but that's an expectation. With that said, there's video expectations too. You need to send me at least 2 to 3 days worth of video if we're working for 4, right? So at least 3/4 of the time we're getting video. That's the hope. That's the dream. I know you can't do it every single time your phone dies, whatever, don't have a tripod. All of those things go into obviously what we're talking about, but the goal is for all of that. And the messaging portion, like I just said, that is where we have all of the deep conversations, where we're talking about different feels, how it felt today, tomorrow, what the body feels like, all of those things, right? There's so much that goes into it. But at the end of the day, if you don't utilize it, you're wasting your money. That's not the point. That's why I don't offer every player that gets on a call with me. I want a specific type of player that is willing to work, willing to listen, and willing to grow. That is a huge piece at why I have conversations with families and players prior to doing the program. If I wanted to work with everybody, I'd put a price on my website and I'd say, pay me this and we'll do it. Not everybody's actually down for the work. I want guys that want to get in and do the work. Okay. Following that piece, kind of what expectations you should expect for results, right? So typically the way that it works, the first 14 days we're really breaking down the mechanical deficiencies. Most of the time with most of the players that I work with, it's a lower body mechanical issue. We may not be getting set right. We may not be utilizing the ground force. We may not be hip coiling it up, whatever it is, right? There's so many different things that can happen, but most guys leak from the legs. That's why they are all upper half swingers. They don't actually have a way to stay back. They can't rotate properly, right? So let's say you are one of those people that don't know how to get stacked in the back leg and hold the pressure in your heel. That is a big piece of what those first 14 days look like. After about anywhere from between 14 and 16 days, after those 2 weeks of really mechanically grinding, you're going to hit your first PR. And that's been for almost 80% of the guys that hit that first PR just after the first 2 weeks. And that's because the body's now starting to sync up properly, which is amazing. It gives you a really good feel about just spending some money, investing in yourself, doing a program. But then what it really boils down to is now you know what to do, how to get to that next point, right? Hit the first PR. What does everybody want? The next one. Amazing. Within that first month, we are almost guaranteed to hit at least one PR. Most people after 14 to 16 days hit number one. Around day 30, we may hit a second one, if not a third, depending on what type of player it is. I've had guys hit 3, 4 PRs kind of day by day after doing some of these drills, right? Once day 30 hits, that's where we start to get into our building phase. So from month 2 through 3, it's a little bit of a plateau where we're slowly going up, right? We're building the repetition through the drills that are going on, understanding the movements, understanding the sequencing, understanding the sync that we need to get our hands extended and allow the barrel to actually get some whip through the delivery, right? Once we hit month 4 is where people explode. Month 4 is that historic number in my program where guys have the biggest jumps. 10, 12, 14, 15 miles an hour, as much as 20 miles an hour. I've seen guys jump in exit velocity because they're now actually using their whole body. Most players think just because they lift weights that they're going to ride up this chute for EV. Some of the strongest guys that have joined my program have the lowest exit velocities. They are the ones that get these huge jumps because they do have strength. They just don't know how to utilize it, right? Once we're building through those 4, 5, 6 months, that's where you start to really grasp this concept of what you need to do on a daily basis and how to utilize me properly, right? Months 3 through 6 are where we really build a point where most players don't reach out to me as much as they were in the beginning, right? The beginning, we're all learning, trying to do all these things. Months 3 through 6 is where they kind of take a step away in the sense that they try to do a little bit more on their own, which is good. You have to be your own best hitting coach. That's my goal. I want you to understand your swing better than anybody. So months 3 through 6 is where they step away a little bit. Maybe instead of 4 calls a month, they jump to 3, right? We're starting to build that confidence, that silent swagger that they need in order to excel the game and get to that next level, specifically college guys. Most of the time when we're done with that 6 months, we're leading right into spring or into the summer season where they need that because they're going to go face some dudes. And that's a big piece at why we do this, right? We want to be able to excel when the lights are on. It's not about being the best trainer or being the best at training. It's about being able to do it when it's 7 p.m., the lights are on, and the game is on the line. And that's what I strive to help everybody with. So if you guys have any questions or this is something you're seriously interested in, I would love to go over this with anybody. If you want to, go to my Instagram, Wyatt.Mascarella. DM me the word barrel. That is my keyword. That's what I use to get guys that are interested. So use barrel, and I'll ask you a few questions and kind of see where you came from, what you got, all of these things. Make sure we're the right fit to have a conversation and go through this whole process. And if you have watched this video and you've watched it all the way through the end, send me that when you message me. That'll give me a great understanding that you have been watching my content and this is definitely something you're interested in and you are willing to invest in yourself as a player to get to the level that you know you're capable of. Most people see this vision. They see where they want to get to. They just don't have the path to get there. I have the roadmap. You just have to follow it and we will get there. Thank you guys.